Right, welcome back to episode 2 of Randall's Racers. Today's race is in Saudi Arabia, still in the Middle East, after only completing half a race in Bahrain because Lando Norris decided to attempt murdering us by smashing us in the pit lane. And yeah, no points in our debut race. We're looking like points anyway, very off the pace in Bahrain. But new race, new opportunities. Saudi street circuit, anything can happen. It's a very chaotic race IRL, so hopefully that carries on to here. Oscar, a good start for us, good rookie debut for him. And yeah, maybe today we could capitalize on misfortunes of others which are likely to happen in Saudi Arabia, and maybe we can score our first points. But first and foremost, we have to do qualifying. So let's get ready to qualify in Saudi Arabia. Right, so we start our first lap, and behind us we have the Red Bull as Sergio Perez is going to be a repeat of what happened last time out in Bahrain with Zhou Guanyu, who just decided to race us instead of. And this, you can't even excuse Perez here. Look at the gap behind. Like, he had so much space behind. But yeah, he is racing us, so he's compromised both of our laps. Fortunately, this is at the start of the session, instead of the end, so we still have time to do another lap, but we've had to pull out of this lap and try another lap, and straight away we're already 7 tenths off in the first few corners. Oscar has got in well up there, so there's Payson's car here. We're a very power sensitive car, so with the long straights here we could easily get a decent time. Let's come to the end of the lap. We're 1.5 seconds up, and we just need to get through the last corner. Don't pull a Verstappen. We're going to improve by 1.5 seconds, and that gets us into Q2 just. Oscar's with us also in P14. Both McLaren, Stroll, Zhou, and both Williams out in Q1, but we've made it to Q2 for the first time ever. And we've only got one lap to do it because we used all the tires bar one in Q1, so we've only got one shot to get out of Q2 and into Q3 for the first time ever. Oscar's done a really good time. He has a shot of making it into Q3, but can we join him? He's well up there. Other people still finish their last, but he's not in the bottom 5 at the moment. He could be 11th, we don't know that. But as we go through the lap, we're 3 tenths down on Ocon, who was 12. But this is where we should be gaining time with the straights. This is where we should be benefiting from the other teams. It's going to be tight potentially. It's like the last turn. It's not the best way to go through that turn, honestly. Just try to complete the lap. But we go down the straight, and we are going to be 16th. But Oscar Piastri has made it to Q3. The first Q3 appearance for our team, both fastest, Ocon, Sonoda, Vettel, and myself out.
In the lower Hijaz Mountains to visit one of the newest circuits on the Formula One calendar. We're in Jeddah, home to what we all hope is going to be a thrilling Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. So let's take a look at the topographical map of the Jeddah Street Circuit. As you can see, a number of challenging corners for the drivers to master here. We'll see just how much the teams have benefited from their time spent in practice this weekend. And like many street circuits, this track has the potential to punish drivers that get it wrong. Let's hope we avoid any safety cars today. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. A fantastic effort from Charles Leclerc yesterday, and it's put him on pole. And Max Verstappen lines up alongside. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Perez, Russell, and Sir Lewis Hamilton, and Fernando Alonso, Bottas, Oscar Piastri, Gasly, and Kevin Magnussen, Ocon, Mick Schumacher, Carlos Sainz, and Tsunoda, Vettel, the owner driver, Lando Norris, and Daniel Ricciardo, Stroll, Joe, Latifi, and Alex Albon picks up the last spot on the grid. With preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track. Anthony Davidson joins me once again in the commentary box. Ant, it's fantastic to have you with us here, but I'm curious, as a man with experience out on the track, how do you stop those pre-race nerves from becoming overwhelming when you're lining up on the grid?
Well, I imagine they'll be starting to feel the adrenaline as they anticipate the run down into turn one, a bit like preparing to go into battle. The unknown situation will bring nerves, but that's a good thing. It will keep them focused on the moment and on their surroundings as we build towards the start of the Grand Prix.
Here we go then, the formation lap gets underway and the excitement here is building as we near ever closer to the start of the race. Which team will come out on top? Who's got their strategies right for today's race? Well, we'll soon find out. So as all the cars take their positions on the grid, the teams will be hoping their strategies pay off for them in today's race. The question I'm asking is which teams have got it right? Which ones have got it horribly wrong?
Leclerc has pulled from Verstappen. The front row we see a lot. IRL copies again, lights out, and away we go. And Leclerc gets a really good start. He's well into the lead. He keeps the lead. Verstappen unable to get past him. The Mercs going side by side. Russell and Hamilton going side by side. Sainz had a grid penalty, so we moved up. As they're going to go wheel to wheel through this very tight section. We go back to our POV at the start and we're getting sandwiched by Ricciardo and Sainz. But we're able to get past both of them. No bother, up to P14 already. Making up 2 spots already. Ricciardo's going to fight us back though. And we almost go in the back of Mick Schumacher. Very tight with all the wheel to wheel action. So not much as we get forced off by Ricciardo. Come back on the track. We get past Mick Schumacher. Somehow allowed it. Stewart's just a bit blind today as we're going off the track non-stop. Stewart's laying us off of it, so yeah, we'll do that. We're up to P30 now. But it's Charles Leclerc who leads the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix from Verstappen and Perez. Red Bull had a shocker strategy-wise in Bahrain, so they need to make up. There's a gap already forming to the Mercs. Russell 4th, Hamilton 5th, Bottas 6th, Alonso 7th. Oscar's maintained P8. He was 9th in qualifying, went up to 8th due to Sainz's penalty. Max and Gasly complete the top 10. As we move on to the end of lap 2, we have Sainz behind us. We're not racing him. He's in a Ferrari. We're in a Rando's racer. So, you know, we're just going to let him by. We're going to hopefully use him as a tow to get us up to the other cars, as he should easily breeze past your cars. So we're just going to hopefully, as he goes by, use him. We go on to the end of lap 4. There is a DRS train forming in front of us. We got Tsunoda directly in front of us. The 2 Frenchmen battling. Sainz bit stuck at the moment, but we have way better speed than the AlphaTauri. We're gaining on Tsunoda. And we're going to go down the inside of the Japanese driver into P13. We're going to actually hang around the outside. We get a really good exit because Sainz is compromised with the 2 Frenchmen fighting. So we're going to battle the Ferrari into turn 4. We have the inside line. We keep it planted and we are up to P12. We're ahead of the Ferrari again. Battling the Ferrari in only a second race. We've got the 2 Frenchmen battling because Sainz looking to get us again. But we have a really good shot now of the points. The points are literally in front of us. And Gasly and Ocon keep fighting each other, which keeps bringing us into the battle as we go to the end section of the lap. And Sainz, he just has way more speed than us, unfortunately, even with both of us on DRS. But we're going to go take the inside line, keep it fight. Ocon and Gasly made contact in front of us. Was there damage there? Potentially. So we're still on the slipstream. Tsunoda's fighting Sainz. So that makes us free from that trade. Ocon got to go wheel to wheel through turn 1 and turn 2. They compromise each other. They go very wide. We're going to take the inside line. Free right through turn 3. And we move up into the points. Double points for our team. But Ocon's going to fight us back into turn 4. We maintain the position. It is double points for our team. Ocon Piastri PA. We're 10th. It's double points and only our second race potentially. But we are going to be hounded unless we get the DRS, but we're not. Ocon's up our rear. And we're gonna... But Gasly and Ocon going wheel to again. There was potentially contact there. Again, they're really going at it. You know, they got their IRL beef into the game. But we maintain P10 because Ocon had to go in the pits with damage. It's going to be free wide though. Sainz, Ricciardo, Tsunoda, free wide. There is somehow no contact yet, and Sainz just gonna squeeze through the both of them up to P12. How there was a contact there, I do not know. We go ahead to the front. Not much happened at the front. Perez got ahead of Verstappen. Don't know when that happened. Leclerc's opened up a lead, but the Mercedes are battling out for P4. So looks to go around the outside, but he goes really deep. No team wars at Mercedes, it looks like, as they are battling hard. But meanwhile, back to our POV, we are going to get hounded by Pierre Gasly potentially. But we're gonna play it tomorrow. We're gonna break really early, give Gasly the lead, but we're gonna have to deal with Gasly knows what we did. He's not happy. He's trying to smash us into the wall. He knows what we've just done. He's like, the cheek of you, lad. But Sainz is there. He's gonna be looking to go for this shit. He's going off the track essentially, but it's gonna be free wide once again. Sainz locks up and we're just going to send it to maintain P10. But Sainz is going to get Pierre Gasly by the looks of it. He looks ahead and he is ahead of the Frenchman. So our P10 is going to be very short-lived because Sainz is just going to breeze by us. We have no DRS. We're not even going to have a chance to play the DRS game with Sainz. He just breezes past us. But we're going to hopefully use Carlos Sainz as a tow to get up to Magnussen and Piastri, to hopefully give our chance to gain points. Sainz, we're not going to be battling Sainz. We need to get Piastri and Magnussen if we want to get points. Not a chance would we be able to hold up Carlos Sainz for this whole race. But we go up ahead and Piastri and Magnussen are having a proper scrap. But that's bringing them right back into it. See, they're right up there. The gap is just keep going down. If you look at the top left, as now they're part of the train. Magnussen and Piastri are now part of the trade. They've been battling so much. And that they lost about 2 seconds. And we're here now. This is for 8th. This trade is for 8th. But Gasly gets ahead of us with ease. But we're going to play the DRS game once again with the Frenchman. He's been gapped by Sainz, battling with Gasly. But we have DRS, ERS. We're just going to sit in the slipstream of the Frenchman. And we're going to take the racing line. Gasly tries to squeeze us, and we're going to just hang it around the outside as Oscar's fighting with Carlos for P10. He's giving him the right scrap for P9. But Sainz, he's in the Ferrari, but Oscar's properly fighting him. He's trying to hold on to it through sector 1, but Sainz just has the significantly better car. So now, the battle for the points is between our teammates. We still, at the moment, are on course for our first points, but we're going to have to fight over it. By the looks of it, Sainz probably going to gap us with ease, but Piastri's just gone, because Gasly keeps fighting us, as per usual. It's just become an occurrence every lap, but we're going to go take the inside line. We're not going to wait for DRS benefit. We take the position through the last corner, but still have DRS because we were behind at the detection point, and we are being called into the pits this lap. But it come in, Piastri is out, avoiding a chance of a double stack. Lot coming in behind us. Just we need to get this timing right. There's a lot behind us. We get it optimal. Now it's up to the pit group, but there's a problem with the front right. It was a right front, mate, and Ricciardo's got ahead of us. Gas is behind us. He must have had issues in the pit also, but Ricardo's ahead of us. This has gone horribly wrong. Max is 4 seconds ahead of us now. This has gone horribly wrong. Got the turning right, but the pit crew just made a mistake, and we lost about 2 seconds with that. It was a 4.2 stop instead of a 2.2 stop, and we're behind Ricardo now. This is horrible for our chance of getting points today. We need to get past Ricardo. We need to warm the tires. That's been an issue, especially these hard. They're so hard to. Well, if you get the message that Oscar is in the pits, we have DRS and ERS, and I don't think Ricardo's going to fight this. He's going to have the racing line. Ricardo moves into us. We made brief contact. That was very late defensive move from the Australian. He moved on the braking, I believe. We get a purple last sector, but Wes is going to fizzle us out. We're going to maintain P11, but we have lost so much time. Oscar has made the overcut on Kevin Magnussen though. So he is P9. It is now Kevin Magnussen we need to catch. Kevin's out of DRS of Oscar, and we look like we're going to be getting out of DRS of Ricardo, and we're now in DRS of Kevin Magnussen on lap 15. The battle for the points. Oscar's over second hand Magnussen, so Max is not going to have the benefit of DRS. So he's going to be a sitting duck on this track. If you don't have DRS on this track, you are a sitting duck. So we're going to go down the pit straight. I think we're too far back to make the move potentially now, but we have 10 more laps to make this move. We have 2.4 seconds to Ricardo. He's not going to be much of a threat to us, hopefully. But we're going to have to wait another lap to get Kevin Magnussen to get P10 at our 1 point and make it double points once again for our team. To have the DRS open again, but we're too far back to make the move. We won't even make the move here tactically, because the DRS on the pit straight is where you want to make the move, and we're basically pushing Magnussen through. The Haas is just knock off the grip on these tires. So you have DRS open with ERS. We're hanging on the slipstream of Kevin Magnussen. He's holding the inside line. He's going to squeeze us. We're going to be wheel to wheel for turn 1. We have to give him the space. Go a bit wide turn 1, but we managed to hold it to stay on the track, and we're up to P10. Double points once again for our team in our second race, but Max is going to try and fight us back. We maintain P10, but as has happened so many times in this race, we're going to become the hunted. Max now has a DRS. He's right behind us, but we're once again going to try to play the same game we played on Gasly so many times. Get the brakes, but Magnussen pulled the trick on us. Magnussen braked early. He has the DRS now. We've just been playing our own game. We tried to play the game, but Magnussen braked way early, knowing what we were trying. And he has the DRS now, and he's going to be poised for making a move down into turbo. But his engine's gone! Max's engine goes, we made contact. It's not really going to affect his race. He's out of it. Oh, well, right when he was making the move for P10, his engine has gone. And the safety car is out. Leclerc's lead is evaporated now. Leclerc had 10 seconds on the Red Bulls. The Red Bulls had 10 seconds on the Mercs. We had 3 seconds on Ricardo. It's all neutralized now. We're still double points. It's P9 and P10 for our team, but that could be a risk. Ricardo is going to be hunting us. Bottas ahead of us. He's been fighting Alonso this whole race. He's been comfortably ahead of both of us this whole race. He was about 15 seconds ahead of us by the time the safety car came out. So the safety car is coming in. Everyone looked to have their position sorted, but the safety car came out with Magnussen's engine failing. Leclerc is going to take us away. Can Verstappen ruin Leclerc's perfect race? He seems to have a better start, but Leclerc's going to hold the line. We're going to go back to our POV. We're going to try and make a move. Piastri, he moves at us. We have to dodge him. We get the move on Bottas though. Due to that, we're going to hang around the outside. We're going to go wheel to wheel with the Finn for P8. And we're going to play the tactical game. We'll take the inside line, force Bottas wide. This gives Oscar the chance to get the move on Bottas for P9. They're going to go wheel to wheel. Oscar's been doing this all day with Kevin Magnussen, so he knows what he's doing. And he makes the move. P9, P8, P9 for our team. 6 points. Boss gets the hold from Bottas, but he's gone wide in the last turn. And Ricardo gets him also for P10. Ricardo is into the points. He's taken it from his fellow countryman, cruelly robbed of his first points. He's been in the points all race, and he might just lose in the penultimate lap. He's not gonna concede it though. He's gonna fight Ricardo. Aussie on Aussie action. What more do you want? But Ricardo looks like he has the move for P10. How cruel of a way to lose your first point. He was in the points 23 out of 25 laps, but he loses it due to a mistake. But it's Leclerc has led every lap of this race. The safety car came out to bring it demanding, but Leclerc didn't care. Leclerc wins back to back with the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. Double podium for Red Bull, P4, P5 for Mercedes. Alonso just holds off Sainz for P6. We get our first points, P8, Bottas P9. Ricardo takes the last points. Piastri second race in a row, 11th.
Drive to secure victory here at the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. And talk to me. What do you think it was that sealed the win for them? Here come our winners now, a thrilling race and a tremendous effort by Ferrari. Their history is well known, so it's no surprise to fans the world over to see them come out on top once again.
So Leclerc has won back-to-back races to start off the season perfectly in his quest for the World Championship. Double podium for Red Bull after a strategic blunder in Bahrain. Russell P4 from Hamilton P5, Alonso 6, Sainz 7th. We get our first points as a team, P8, Bottas P9, Ricardo P10. But you have to feel for Oscar Piastri. He was in the points the whole race, had it secure. Safety car came out. We made the move on him. He made the move on Bottas, so he was still P9, but he goes deep. The pressure got to him at the end, and he goes to P11. Second race in a row, he's P11. Cruelly taken. Magnussen, the only DNF in Saudi, and it was a mechanical fail, which is weird. But Leclerc has 22-point lead on Russell already. A massive gap opening already. But the same happened right well. It could easily swing for a 21-point lead on Mercedes. We're up to P7 with our 4 points. Williams, Aston, the only teams yet to score yet.